On the evening of January 26, 2007, anti-death sentence activists gathered outside Changi prison with candles and roses, hoping that their last-ditch attempt to mount pressure on the Singaporean government to spare the life of 21-year-old Nigerian footballer Iwuchukwu Amarachukwu Tochi would yield positive results. This little hope was soon dashed when Singapore's Central Narcotic Bureau confirmed that Amara had died from hanging after he was found guilty of drug trafficking, a crime many believed he never committed. In today's video, we go back in time and share with you the story of an innocent Nigerian that was betrayed by another Nigerian, and this led to him being the first Nigerian footballer ever to be sentenced to death by hanging in Singapore. This video is an eye-opener. When you are at the airport, don't trust anyone. Even your closest friend can be your ticket to untimely death. If the world ever remembers me, tell them I wasn't a bad person. Tell them I only followed a promise because I believed in good people. Tell them I dreamed of being more than my struggles. And if this is how my journey ends, let my story protect another boy just like myself. Let no child trust darkness wearing the face of help. My name will forever remain Iwuchukwu Amara Tochi. These were the very words of Iwuchukwu, a Nigerian footballer before he was hanged in Singapore. Tochi was another Nigerian boy who was born without a silver spoon, but he was determined to become great in life despite his background. Tochi was another Nigerian who decided to seek greener pastures in foreign lands, leveraging on the gift that he was born with, playing football. Tochi was another Nigerian child who trusted wrongly and fell into a pit he never rose from. Born in 1985, Tochi always wanted to play football. He saw football not just as a passion, but also a means of escape from the poverty that he was born into. At the age of 5, Tochi moved in with a relative and he attended St. Anthony's Mission School in Ohafia, Abia State, Nigeria. At the age of 14, Tochi had the opportunity to move to Senegal, where he played for Nigeria in the West Africa Coca-Cola Cup Championship. He was doing well. He was making money for himself, and a larger part of the money Tochi was sending home to help his family. In a bid to further pursue his dreams, Tochi decided to move to Dubai. He believed that the city would give him better chances of making a name for himself in football. Tochi decided to first go to Pakistan with the assumption of getting a visa and a train ride to Dubai from Pakistan. How Tochi came up with the plan to do this is still unclear till today, because there is no such train from Pakistan to Dubai. But Tochi didn't know about all this until he landed in Pakistan. Tochi sought refuge in a church in Islamabad. It was while Tochi was there that he met one Mr. Smith, a fellow Nigerian, an Igbo man who presented himself as an angel. He told Tochi that he will help him fulfill his dreams of playing football in Dubai, but this never came to pass. Rather, Mr. Smith went on to change the course of Tochi's life in a way that Tochi never imagined in his wildest dreams. When the Dubai move didn't happen, Mr. Smith asked Tochi to travel to Singapore, where he would meet his sick friend and deliver African herbs to him. Mr. Smith said to Tochi that his friend Olele Nelson Malaki would be flying in from Indonesia to receive the African herbs and also give Tochi $2,000 for the gestures. And not only that Tochi can be applying for clubs for trials whilst in Singapore. The deal sounded so juicy to be true, but Tochi, in his naiveness, accepted. On November 27, 2004, Tochi flew into Singapore's Changi airport at exactly 1:45 p.m. and was patiently waiting for Malaki Olele to arrive and pick up his delivery. Tochi had to wait and wait, but later got a call from Mr. Smith, his Nigerian friend who he met in Pakistan. Mr. Smith stated that Malaki would be arriving late due to a missed flight. Tochi then decided to head over to a hotel that is in the airport. At least let him have a decent night rest. But on getting to the receptionist office, Tochi discovered that there were no room available at that particular time of the day. Tochi decided to wait in the transit area until rooms are available at the hotel. Remember, he couldn't enter into Singapore because they required finance for mobility in Singapore. He didn't have it. Tochi ended up waiting in the transit area of the airport for nearly 24 hours. According to procedure, the receptionist on duty called to inform the police of a passenger who had been waiting in the transit area for about 24 hours. And this was the beginning of the end for Tochi. The airport police swept in on Tochi, and without fear, knowing he had no reason for fear, Tochi explained that he was waiting for someone, and moreover, the person he was waiting for had a cash incentive of $2,000 that will help his movements whilst in Singapore. Tochi told the police of his plans to talk with the Football Federation in Singapore for assistance in securing trial chances with any of the clubs there. Tochi was searched and about 100 capsules were found in his possession. When he was asked, Tochi boldly told them it is African herbs which were meant to give energy when consumed. In his innocence, Tochi told the police that he was meant to deliver these capsules to one Mr. Malaki Olele, who is sick and is currently on his way to Singapore from Indonesia. To prove himself, Tochi boldly swallowed one of the capsules, but this didn't go well. Tochi's system changed drastically and he was rushed down to the hospital where they administered laxatives on him to expel the drug from his system. Upon forensic and pharmaceutical investigations, it was discovered that these were hard drugs that Tochi consumed. He was taken in by the police. At trials, his defense counsel argued that Tochi wasn't even aware that he was carrying heroin. If he had, why did he wait for the police to arrive? Why didn't he try to hide it when he was being interrogated? And why did he even swallow the capsule? The judge agreed that there were no direct evidence that Tochi knew what he was carrying, but he argued that Tochi should have suspected something was ongoing when he was made an offer of $2,000 just to deliver capsules that could have been sent through a mailing service. The judge found that Tochi has been willfully blind and that even if he really hadn't known that the capsules were heroin, ignorance wasn't a defense because he should have suspected something was up. The rule of law was exerted in its fullness against Tochi. He was sentenced to the mandatory death penalty. His appeal was dismissed. He cried profusely, but at the end, nothing was done. This was how Tochi, a promising Nigerian footballer, full of innocence, full of life, was killed abruptly because he trusted a fellow Nigerian.